So without the right mindset, it's going to be very hard for you to achieve your goals. And that's why it's so important that you cultivate a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the opposite of what most people have. A limited belief system, a limited mindset. You're not refrained by societal norms or rules. A growth mindset means that you're continually growing and you believe that you can be better. Developing a growth mindset is going to help you develop that mental fortitude, that toughness, the ability to be able to continue pushing through things when they get tough, when they're not as exciting, to develop discipline. And these things are very, very important. A growth mindset is going to allow you to explore your potential, to reach your potential. Unlike a fixed mindset, a growth mindset is going to allow you to go through those difficult moments because you believe that there's something at the end. You believe that you can achieve the things that you want to achieve. Now, this is far from wishy-washy. There is science in this. The brain has a certain element of neuroplasticity, and we can use that to continually learn, develop, and grow. It's going to allow you to build confidence through the achievement of pushing through something that is difficult. Okay, so how do you grow or develop a growth mindset? For me, I used lots of different things as I was heading into my self-development journey. The first thing is what we're doing right here, YouTube. I found videos, I found people that inspired me, who I looked up to, who were doing things that I wanted to, that I looked at and just thought, these are really awesome experiences and people, and it just got me fired up. So I wanted to learn more from them. This comes back to the purpose, the desire to create these videos for you to hopefully ignite that same fire in you. The other thing is social media. Now, we actually choose what we consume. So if there's things that you're following right now that aren't ultimately serving you, unfollow them. Start cultivating your environment. People say that you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang around with the most. And your phone is definitely the thing that you hang around with the most. So social media, are the accounts that you're following, are they inspiring? Are they motivating? Are they positive? Are they driven? Are they things that you aspire at and would want to be and achieve? If not, it's time to get a bit harsh and remove that from your environment. Another thing that has really helped me in a positive manner is podcasts. Finding podcasts, again, that were things that I could learn from, I could develop. Psychology, business, sales, marketing. These are all things that I find interesting. So I listened to them. I broke down what those individuals were doing. I analyzed their routines and really just wanted to act like a sponge and take as much information and value from them as I could. So I used a lot of podcasts, a lot of audio books when I was walking, when I was in the gym, when I was working. And for me, this is probably the best one because you can do these podcasts, you can listen to them whilst doing other tasks. You can have them on in the background, you can drive, you can walk, you can run, anything. Whereas with YouTube, with anything else that it requires a bit more attention, obviously you have to give it your undivided attention. Another one that was really valuable is books. And I really fell out of the routine of reading. I used to love it as a child, albeit I read a lot of fiction back then. But in the last 10 years, that's something that I really implemented. I started to get books again from these people that I was listening to. I was consuming their short form content, their long form content online, whether it was through podcasts, YouTube. And then I started to look at them in much deeper detail, getting their books, getting their courses, reading exactly how they got to where they are right now. And again, analyzing, taking what I could from them. What did they do well? What they didn't do well? How did they start to think? What belief systems did they have? And what made them different? And something that I came up time and time again with the realization was none of these people were special. None of them were privileged to the extent that they were these beings that were beyond what anybody else could achieve. They just had a very, very good mindset and ridiculous work ethic. as well as a ridiculous self-belief in themselves. I then also took it to another level with talks, seminars, education. So again, once I found these people that I aligned with, that I wanted to not necessarily replicate, but I just liked their messaging, I liked the way that they thought, I wanted to get around them, I wanted to rub shoulders with them, I wanted to be in the environment. So I went to a couple of business networking events where there was seminars of people talking in front of thousands of people. And that's something that I've invested in quite regularly because, again, the people that you meet and interact with are on a level with you. They're also on their own self-development journey. They're trying to build and develop their own mindsets. And who better to learn from than people that you are admiring, that inspire you, that you want to be like. And that's really it. With just anything, if those people inspire you, why do they inspire you? It's normally because you want to not necessarily replicate, but they have something that you desire. So whether it's confidence, whether it's the ability to sell, whether it's the ability to talk on camera, public speaking, any of these things, the people that we look up to are the people that have skills that we are yet to develop. And that's something that I really started to recognize as a pattern of behavior. Certainly when I look at admiration of someone, that's definitely the motivation behind my admiration, my inspiration behind that person, is they have something that I just think that they're doing very, very well. This point is going to be an unpopular one, but it's the unfortunate reality. Going back to you are the sum of the 5 people you hang around with the most. You've got friends, you've got family, you've got acquaintances, business associates. All of those are either going to be bringing you closer towards who you want to be and towards your potential, or they're going to be taking you away from that. And you have to make a choice right here, right now. Who do you want to be and what life do you want to live? And that means you're going to have to potentially cut people out or spend less time with them. Something that I've been very, very calculated with is who I give my time to. Not because I'm better than anyone else, but because I know what I want to achieve. I need to find a circle, a network that is going to be supportive of that. So think long and hard about this, because what you'll tend to find is a lot of your friends, a lot of your family won't necessarily understand. They won't have a growth mindset. They will probably have a fixed mindset. So be very careful, but it is going to be something that is immensely valuable. When you get that right circle, it's going to catapult you to who you could be. The other thing is you have to search out those challenges that you are uncomfortable with. For me, it's been almost an obsession over the last 5 years to find things that I'm not comfortable with doing, to find things that make me nervous, scared. And I've reframed that now because I've built that association. I understand now that when I'm feeling nervous or when I'm scared, when I'm anxious, and I do those things, I overcome that challenge, that plight, I know that it's going to ramp up my confidence, my ability, my skill set in whatever area it was that caused that initial jerk reaction. And this is the thing, this is where it's very difficult because people don't like that. It's such a hard thing to go into a room and introduce yourself, do public speaking, talk on camera. These are all things that you're going to be terrible at to begin with. You're going to make a fool of yourself. And that's fine. You know, nobody starts as an expert, but we all expect to, which is beyond bizarre. And really, what is the harm? You know, you might not be great at it right now, but the only way you're ever going to get better is by persistently doing it. If we use the analogy of the gym, you get stronger by lifting the weight. You know, at one point you won't be able to lift that 60 kilo bench press. I remember when I first started the gym, I couldn't even lift up the 20 kilo plates. That's how weak I was. Now, obviously things are different, but we have to go through that hardship. We have to go through the reps. We have to continually stay on that pathway. And it's just a matter of time. Those results will compound. Your confidence will build as your skill set does. And finally, this is probably the most important point. You need to build your identity around being a learner, not being a winner, and not someone that's being afraid of failure. And the reason is very, very simple, because if you identify it as a winner, then if anything goes out of that narrative, something doesn't go to plan, then you're defeated. And then the self-talk comes into play and we spiral out of control. The same thing of if you are someone that doesn't fail, how you frame yourself, your identity really, really matters. But if you are a learner, then it's almost impossible to fail, because every single time something doesn't go your way, you step back, you analyze, you strategize, make sure that that doesn't happen again. What was the reason for that? Again, if we use the gym, why did you fail on that rep? Okay, had you slept enough? Had you eaten enough? You know, really look at the variables, break it down, make the changes, make the adjustments so that it doesn't happen again. And life is the same. Any skill set is the same. So all we need to do is analyze that, put a plan of action in place, and then stick to that plan of action. Rinse and repeat. It's going to be uncomfortable, but that's the nature of the game. And ultimately, that's the game of life. That's what we're playing. So this is exactly how to build a growth mindset. Thank you so much for listening and watching. For more videos just like this, make sure you subscribe, leave a like, and comment down below what your challenges are, and I'll see you in the next one.